Good morning, everyone. This is Pastor Jim Cymbala, and we're continuing on our daily devotions. You know, we're getting to the end of the book of Exodus. A pastor friend of mine said, I know you're going through Exodus daily devotions. Why'd you pick Exodus? I really did pray and felt impressed to do it, and I'm getting notes and emails and texts saying that it's helping folks. So I'm happy for that, but it's not the easiest book to go through in terms of getting nuggets applicable to today. But praise the Lord. I love you all. And we have like this big invisible class, don't we? I don't see you, you see me. And I already know some of you are thinking, wow, that's a new bright blue shirt he's wearing today. It's about time he upgraded his wardrobe. So thank you for the compliment. So now we're getting to the end because the last chapters of Exodus are a little redundant, and I'm not sure how much we'll gather from those chapters as we go through them. But right now, we're in chapter 33, and we're going to read chapter 33, verses 1 through 6. Then the Lord said to Moses, leave this place. Now he's been rejected. God's been rejected by the carrying on of the people who have made a golden calf. And now we are seeing God's next instructions from Moses. Leave this place, you and the people you brought up out of Egypt, and go to the land I promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And saying, I will give it to your descendants. I will send an angel before you and drive out the Canaanites, Hivites, and all those Perizzites, Jebusites. Go to the land flowing with milk and honey. But I will not go with you because you are a stiff-necked people, and I might destroy you on the way. And when the people heard these distressing words, they began to mourn, and no one put on any ornaments. For the Lord had said to Moses, tell the Israelites, you're a stiff-necked people. If I had to go with you, even for a moment, I might destroy you. Now take off your ornaments, and I'll decide what to do with you. So the Israelites stripped off their ornaments in Mount Horeb. So what can we gather from that? First of all, we know that some of the ornaments, jewelry, they had already cashed in when they did that ridiculous thing, idolatrous thing, of making a golden calf, but they still had some left. And as a sign of mourning, they took it all off. And actually, the experts say they look like Puritans among all the other peoples they travel with because they didn't wear much jewelry. It was not their custom after this very moment. Things changed later on, but for a long while, they were without ornaments. But what do we read here? What can we gather from this? God says to Moses, okay, you've been here long enough. Now let's go and accomplish what my plan is. That's a good lesson for all of us. There's a time for everything under the sun. No, I want to stay here. Your glory, the fire on the top of the mountain. Later, he's going to reveal himself to Moses. The people are, they're humbled themselves now, and they see where they have failed God. And God says, it's enough now. Let's get on. You can't stay in any one place. I'm not talking about physical, geographical. Life is variety. So there's times to be with God and enjoy God and his presence and his word. And then God says, no, you can't spend 30 days here alone in Bible study. There's people who need your help. So let's get on with it. See that balance? See it in Jesus? Spent the night or early morning. He went out early to pray. Then he would minister with such intensity, he had no time to eat. But then he would go back. See, it's the pendulum. Alone with God, enjoying services, let's say in church, but you can't stay there forever. There are some people who only serve God good in church. Unfortunately, they have to go out in the world and ride the number 3 train and deal with people. But see, that's the way God has it. You've been here long enough, move on. And that goes in life sometimes. There's seasons. You've been doing this long enough, he says to a pastor training as an associate now. Step out. That might be the call on somebody's life, not everyone. So you got to be always alert to the movements of God, the changes of God, daily and in your life. Notice he says, you've got to go to the land and possess it because I promised it. God keeps his promises. I told Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob hundreds of years ago that I was going to give this land to them. I don't know who else has remembered it, but I remember what I promised, and I keep my promises. Isn't that great? God keeps his promises. What has he promised you and made real to you from the word? The wayward daughter, that wayward son, that struggle that you're going through in your own home, the unemployment that seems like it'll never end. Has God promised that he will meet all of your needs? Has he promised that to you? Has that been made real to you? Have you received that promise? He will keep it. Rest in that. My God will supply all of your needs. So we serve a faithful God. He makes promises and he keeps them. But what strikes me here also that we can extrapolate from is, who in the world did he make these promises to that he's now going to fulfill? He made the promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I read about that in Genesis. But now I'm asking you, who is he going to fulfill this promise to? These people? Hello? They've murmured, wanted to go back to Egypt, complained about lack of water, lack of food, lack of bread, rebelled against Moses, just made a golden calf. They made a golden calf and bowed down to it and went into some terrible, raunchy party mode. And God says, no, I'm going to bring you into, God is a God of grace, full of mercy, so compassionate, for he knows we're dust. So if the enemy is telling you you're disqualified from God fulfilling that promise, he's a liar. The truth is not in him. God delights in mercy and fulfilling his promise to the most unlikely people. When you feel most unworthy, God said, it's not about you and your worthiness, it's about me and my love and my faithfulness. Praise the name of the Lord today. God bless you.